are supplied by. Therefore, all these muscles are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve, means RLN. Therefore, all these muscles are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve, except again cricothyroid. Cricothyroid is outside now. All these muscles are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve except cricothyroid. Okay. Which is supplied by external branch of SLN, which is supplied by external branch of SLN. What is SLN? Superior laryngeal nerve. Cricothyroid is outside, na beta. If it is outside, it will take the nerve supply also from outside, beta. Very logical thing. You are saying all these muscles are inside larynx except cricothyroid. So it is very logical that all these muscles are supplied by a single nerve, recurrent laryngeal nerve, except cricothyroid, which is supplied by external branch of superior laryngeal nerve, SLN. Let me tell you, in larynx you have only two nerves, RLN, SLN. What is RLN? Full form RLN, recurrent laryngeal nerve. Okay, and what is SLN? Superior laryngeal nerve. Can we revise once again? All these muscles lie inside larynx except cricothyroid. Therefore, all these muscles are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve except cricothyroid, because it is lying outside now. That is why all these muscles are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve except cricothyroid, which is supplied by external branch of SLN. Now this is the MCQ. Okay. Fine. Can we go further? Now just draw a box. You should know these two are branches of which nerve? Vagus nerve. So vagus gives two branches for the larynx, SLN, R. Just you should know the whole story better. What from where these nerves are coming now? SLN, RLN nerves are coming from which nerve? They are branches of which nerve? Vagus nerve. Means if vagus is cut, larynx is dead. Please understand, beta. If vagus has been damaged by somebody, then larynx is dead, beta. Where vagus gone, larynx dead. Vagus gone, larynx dead, beta. Dead. Okay, because ultimately only two nerves supply the larynx. SLN, RLN, both of them are branches of which nerve? Vagus nerve. Okay. Now, next topic. Sensory nerve supply. This was motor nerve supply, no? This was motor nerve supply. Now sensory nerve supply. Sensory, sensation. Supraglottis. By internal branch of SLN. Supraglottis by internal branch of SLN. Subglottis, RLN. Subglottis, RLN. Glottis both these nerves. What is both these nerves? So above the vocal cord, internal branch of SLN. Below the vocal cord, RLN. But vocal cord, both these nerves, beta. I'm reminding you, larynx has only two nerves, beta. SLN, RLN. SLN, RLN. SLN, RLN. That's all. Okay? Fine, I'm clear, beta. So supraglottis sensory supply is by internal branch of SLN. Subglottis supply is by RLN. Glottis, both these nerves. Glottis means vocal cord, na? Vocal cord comes between supraglottis and subglottis, na? Okay, so glottis by both these nerves. But please do remember, SLN, RLN, there are only two branches for the larynx, and they are coming from which nerve? Vagus nerve. The vagus is cut, larynx is dead, dead. Am I clear with that? Fine. Now, you have done the muscles, you have done the nerves, and now we can do next clinical topic. If you can understand that properly, you will be able to solve the questions of that topic too. Now let me show you first of all which topic we will talk about now. Everybody look at screen, beta. Look at screen. This is epiglottis. Okay, epiglottis. You are seeing the endoscope. You are seeing the vocal cord. Please see. This is the left vocal cord, the right vocal cord. Please see, left cord is not moving at all. Please see. Can you see? Left cord is paralyzed. Can you see, beta? Left cord is paralyzed vocal cord. Okay. Left cord is not moving at all. Only the right is moving, beta. Am I clear, beta? Okay. Fine. Very good. Now, the next topic we will talk about is vocal cord paralysis. Next topic is vocal cord paralysis. Vocal cord paralysis. Okay. Now, first of all, left is to right, 4 is to 1. Basically, left palsy is more on the right side, and this is 4 is to 1 ratio. 4 cases of left, 1 case of right. The left cord palsy is much more common on the right side. Okay, now, why so? Write down. This is because of longer course of left RLN. This is because of longer course of left RLN. This is because of longer course of left RLN. I hope you remember, RLN is a branch of vagus nerve. Vagus nerve. The left RLN has got a longer course than the right side. Anatomy, beta. Anatomy. They are branches of vagus nerve. Left RLN is a very long nerve as compared to the right side. Okay, they are in the neck now. Okay. Now, write down. Draw thyroid gland. In the neck, there is another gland called thyroid gland. Na? So draw thyroid gland. Here is the thyroid gland in the neck. Na? So at the lower pole, you have got RLN. So, very close to the lower pole of thyroid gland, we have got recurrent laryngeal nerve. And near the upper pole, we have SLN. SLN beta. Now please think like a surgeon beta. When you are doing thyroid surgery, you should be very careful, because at the lower pole you can cut the recurrent laryngeal nerve. At the upper pole you can cut the superior laryngeal nerve. Am I clear beta? At the lower pole you can cut the RLN. At the upper pole you can cut the SLN. SLN. So I repeat, vocal cord paralysis, left side palsy is 4 times more common than the right side. Why it is so? This is because of the longer course of left RLN. This is because of the longer course of left RLN. Now for general surgery, I am trying to tell you one question. Relation of thyroid gland with the RLN and SLN. You should know as a general surgeon, for general surgery question also, thyroid gland has got 2 relation. At the lower pole, there is RLN. At the upper pole, there is SLN. Okay? If surgeon is not careful, he can damage at the lower pole recurrent laryngeal nerve. He can damage at the upper pole superior laryngeal nerve. Am I clear with that? Okay? Very good. Now MCQ bit. Most common cause of on the 3 question. Number 1, vocal cord palsy. If they ask you this question, most common cause of vocal cord palsy or unilateral vocal cord palsy? It's same thing, beta. It's same thing. Most common cause of vocal cord palsy or unilateral vocal palsy is same answer, beta. The best answer will be idiopathic. We don't know the cause. Idiopathic. If that is not given the choice, then we have carcinoma bronchus. Means malignancy. You can get 1-line question like this. Most common cause of vocal cord palsy or unilateral vocal cord palsy. The best answer is idiopathic. If that is not in the choices given in the MCQ in your paper, then go for the carcinoma bronchus as the answer. Carcinoma bronchus means malignancy. Now, number 2, if he says bilateral vocal cord palsy, bilateral, the answer is thyroid surgery. I think it is very much easy to understand. Thyroid gland is coming in contact with both RLN. Do you remember? Thyroid gland is coming in contact with the both RLN. So in thyroid surgery, somebody can cut the RLN of this side, RLN of that side also. Okay? Don't forget, 19% of the muscle was supplied by RLN only, beta. Remember, all muscles of larynx are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve, except cricothyroid. Only one muscle is not supplied by RLN. Na? So if RLN is cut, so major nerve supply of the larynx has gone, beta. So bilateral vocal cord palsy, both side palsy, can happen most commonly in thyroid surgery. These are 2 MCQ, beta. Most common cause of unilateral cord palsy or vocal cord palsy is idiopathic or carcinoma bronchus, and for bilateral cord palsy, thyroid surgery is the best answer. Am I clear with that? Yes. Okay. Can we go further? Another MCQ. Ortner syndrome. Ortner syndrome is left atriomegaly causing left RLN palsy, or left is equal to left vocal cord palsy. It's one and the same thing. Left RLN palsy is same as left vocal cord palsy. I'm reminding you, RLN supplies the major muscles of the larynx. All muscles are supplied by RLN except one only muscle, na, cricothyroid. So any RLN palsy means vocal cord palsy. Okay. So left atriomegaly, atrium मतलब heart atrium. Left atrium, if get enlarged, it will cause the pressure on the left RLN. Okay, left atriomegaly causing left RLN palsy or left cord palsy is called Ottner syndrome. ORT-NER. ORT-NER. Ottner syndrome. I have written in Ottner syndrome. Okay. Now, everyone, let's write now two type of palsy. First one is bilateral abductor palsy. Now we are going to do two topics: bilateral abductor palsy versus bilateral adductor palsy. Next topic, write down bilateral abductor palsy. After this will do bilateral adductor palsy, ADD. First of all, when I say abductor palsy, write down abductor means abduction, palsy means absent. Let's simplify it, this palsy better. Don't think of muscle, think of movement better. Think of movement. When you get palsy question, don't think of muscle, but think of movement. Okay, bilateral abductor palsy means abduction, palsy means absent. Okay, fine. Now, cause. Bilateral RLN injury in thyroid surgery. Think like a surgeon. This question can come in general surgery also in relation to thyroid surgery complications. It is the MCQ possible in general surgery also. Bilateral RLN injury in thyroid surgery. Guys, do you remember? I hope you remember, beta. I'll draw it here for you, but don't draw it again. You know it. Thyroid gland. Remember? At the lower pole, you have got which nerve? RLN. 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 Surgeon damaged both RLN during thyroid surgery. Now you tell me, if both RLN are damaged, which muscle is still working? Which muscle is still working, beta? Can you tell me, beta? Can you tell me? Do you remember, beta? All muscles of larynx are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve, except what? Except cricothyroid. Remember, beta? All muscles of larynx are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve, except cricothyroid, which is supplied by external branch of SLN. Do you remember this statement you written in your notes also, beta? Just you have written this statement in your notes. All muscles are supplied by recurrent laryngeal nerve except cricothyroid, which is supplied by external branch of SLN. Okay, do you remember that? Now look at your notes and just see above, beta. Just look at your note and just see above and tell me which is a function of the cricothyroid muscle, beta. Okay, come back and see over here, beta. If you are not, just see on the screen, beta. Just see on the screen, everyone. I hope you remember that cricothyroid is a ductor. A ductor, beta. Only this muscle gone, this muscle gone, this muscle gone, this muscle gone. Okay, this cricothyroid is there. This muscle is working. This muscle is working. And this is what adductor. Am I clear, beta? Now write down. Come back to this thing. Write down. Only cricothyroid is working. Only cricothyroid is working. And it is adductor. And it is adductor. Only one muscle is working, and that is adductor. Adductor. Put an arrow. It will bring the vocal cords in midline. In midline position. Means closed position. It will bring the vocal cord in midline position, means closed position. It will bring the vocal cord in midline position. Midline means closed position. Close. It will bring the vocal cord in midline position because only one muscle is left, and that is adductor, beta. Again, you read, beta, no hurries. It's very simple to understand. Just be focused. RLN got damaged. Only one muscle is working, cricothyroid, and it is adductor. Adductor means to close. This will bring the vocal cord in midline position, means closed position like this. Look at screen, beta. Look at this one. Okay. Now you tell me, can you breathe like this? Can the air go like this sufficiently in your lungs? No. There will be difficulty in breathing in this patient. Permanently cords are in this position now. But can you speak like this? Can you speak like this? Yes. You know why? Because we speak with closed vocal cord. Remember? We breathe with open vocal cord. We speak with closed vocal cord. They are closed vocal cord. So voice will not be having any problem. Voice will be good voice. Breathing will be a problem. Can you see? Only very less amount of air will be going in the lungs. So the patient will be having respiratory distress. Okay? Okay? So it will bring both vocal cord in the midline position. Put an arrow. Put an arrow. Chief complaint. Respiratory difficulty with normal voice. Respiratory difficulty with the normal voice. Respiratory difficulty with the normal voice. Respiratory difficulty with the normal voice. Respiratory difficulty with normal voice. So if both vocal cord will come in the midline position, how can you breathe properly? It's not that oxygen is not going inside, the oxygen is going less than required. Okay? So you will have respiratory difficulty with the normal voice. Now write down, beta. Write down. Put an arrow. Immediate treatment. Is tracheostomy. MCQ. This patient will die if you don't do tracheostomy because the main problem is respiratory obstruction. Okay? Immediate treatment is tracheostomy. Immediate treatment is tracheostomy. Okay. Immediate treatment is tracheostomy. Now, put an arrow. Patient saved. All okay. Definitive treatment. Definitive treatment means tracheostomy has been done to save the patient. Okay. Definitive treatment is type 2 thyroplasty. Type 2. If you remember, in puberphonia, androphonia, we had type 3, type 4 thyroplasty. Here it is type 2, Roman 2. Is equal to lateralization of vocal cord. Lateralization means to bring it outward. Lateralization of vocal cord. Lateralization of vocal cord. Can you see, beta? Can you see? Both vocal cord are towards the midline actually. So that's why there is a problem in breathing. So what will you do? You'll pull one vocal cord towards the outside. Lateralization is to bring it outward, surgically outward. You put a, what do you do, beta? Look at the screen, beta. You put a suture around this vocal cord and then you pull this vocal cord towards the lateral side. So that you are just, I know voice will go bad. I know voice will go bad, but voice is not that important as the life is actually. So first you want to save the patient, nah? So you push it, put a suture around it and pull it outward, lateralization of vocal. Okay? Now, other treatment. Other treatment is CO2 laser chordectomy. CO2 laser chordectomy. Some surgeons say we can remove one vocal cord to allow the patient to breathe also. Chordectomy. Can you see chordectomy? CO2 laser chordectomy. CO2 laser chordectomy. Am I clear, beta? Don't worry. After the class finishes, when you revise this, it will start being part of your memory one by one. First, understand it. Understand it, make notes. After the class finishes, then you revise all these things. Don't worry, start memorizing one time, two time, you'll do it. After that, it'll be in your head actually. Don't worry about it. Okay? Let me show you what is CO2 laser chordectomy. Look at the screen, beta. Nothing, beta. He's saying that do one thing, apply a laser here and remove this much part of the vocal cord. So that what will happen? So that the oxygen will start going to the lungs. You understand? Okay, fine. You can remove one vocal cord also. Now, everyone, now look at the screen and let's revise this topic. Now, first of all, look at me, beta. See, this is your larynx. This is your thyroid gland. Okay. Now, this is your vagus nerve here. Vagus is here. Okay. Now, what happens is, this is the right side vagus. Okay, right side vagus. Now, from vagus, the recurrent laryngeal nerve takes the branch. Now, recurrent laryngeal nerve is a stupid nerve. Stupid nerve. It should have gone into the larynx like this, and the story would have been very simple. Now, what does it do? It goes down, 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 and enters the thorax. Suddenly, it remembers, oh, I have come to the wrong place. It takes a turn around subclavian artery here, and then comes back in the neck, and then touches which gland here? Which gland here? Thyroid gland. Okay, and then comes back and then supplies the larynx. Okay. Now, because it recurs its course, it revisits its course, it's called recurrent laryngeal nerve. Recurrent laryngeal, recurrent means it comes first down, then comes back again. Recurrent means it travels its course back. Okay. If right is stupid, then left is maha stupid. If right is stupid, left is maha stupid. Why? This is vagus nerve. It takes gives the branch recurrent left RLN. The left RLN comes down, down, down. It enters the thorax here. Now it goes all the way down to the thorax here. Please look at me, beta. It goes all the way down here, beta. It travels half the thorax down here. Now, you know, there is a lot of things over here. But heart is there, lungs are there, bronchus is there. Now it takes a turn around the arch of aorta. Arch of aorta, and then comes up. Okay, up in the neck here. Neck here, which gland? Beta? Thyroid gland. Again, it touches the thyroid gland and then comes back in the neck and supplies the larynx. Now, I told you, left recurrent palsy is 4 times more common than the right side. Why? Because the longer course of the left recurrent makes it more vulnerable to get damaged actually. The right takes a turn from this level, left takes a turn from the down level. Look at me, beta. Right finishes the course here, it takes a turn from here, but left takes a turn at the arch of aorta. Don't you think it's coming in contact with the bronchus, in the lung, with the heart, with the esophagus, with the lymph node, thymus gland, everything is here. Huh? So the chances of left cord palsy are 4 times more common than the right side. So this is because of a longer course of left RLN. Then thyroid gland has got 4 nerves in relation. At the lower pole, RLN. At the upper pole, SLN. Am I clear? Now, then we said bilateral abductor palsy. Bilateral abductor palsy. Abduction absent. Now, how it will happen? Very practical situation. Cause bilateral RLN injury in thyroid surgery. The surgeon accidentally cut this one and this one both during thyroidectomy. Now, which muscle is still working? Cricothyroid. And this muscle is adductor. Adductor means to bring midline close. Now, only one muscle working is cricothyroid. And that is adductor. What we'll do, we'll bring both the vocal cord in the midline, here, close position. So, this type of palsy is called bilateral abductor palsy, means bilateral abduction absent. Abduction, there is no abduction. There is no abduction. Bilateral abduction absent. Can you breathe like this? No. But can you, this is a vocal cord here. Can you breathe like this? No. Big problem, big problem. Can you speak like this? Can you speak with closed? Yes. We breathe with open vocal cord. We speak with closed vocal cord. They are permanently closed. So voice is not a problem. Voice is not a problem. The patient is going to die after surgery if you don't do anything. But don't worry, patient will die, okay. But before dying, he will tell your name as as an evidence that this doctor killed me. So the voice is normal, beta. So this is the question possible. If bilateral RLN injury happens, what will be the symptom of the patient after surgery? Respiratory difficulty, but normal voice. It's a very critical situation. So immediate treatment is tracheostomy. First save the patient. Put a tube here, give oxygen to the patient. Definitive treatment is type 2 thyroplasty. What is that? Vocal cord lateralization. How? Look at me. Put a suture around the vocal cord, pull it outward, and tighten it here forever, so that oxygen start going to the lungs. Okay, I know voice will go bad, no problem. The other treatment is CO2 laser cordectomy. Okay, beta. Now in the next part, we'll do bilateral adductor palsy. Adductor means the cord are permanently open. The palsy we did now was bilateral abductor palsy. Abduction absent. Now reverse. We're going to do this palsy, beta. Bilateral adductor palsy. Adductor, ADD. Adduction absent. The cord are open. Now write down. Now write down. Next topic. Reverse of this topic, beta. Write down, check. Bilateral adductor palsy. Exactly reverse of this topic, beta. You just need to revise it 3 times tonight, beta. You just need to revise it 3 times. Have faith in yourself. You are much brighter than what you're thinking right now. I have full faith in you that you guys are smart people. Only thing is that you need to focus. So today, again, I remind you that you have a pledge with me that you will revise with your mobile phone switched off. Revision with mobile phone on is useless. Write it on your wall. If you are revising with your mobile phone on, it is a useless wastage of time. You are just not giving brain the proper information. So don't do this to yourself. You are doing such an amount of hard work. Let's do the proper hard work. Okay? Bilateral adductor palsy. So when you revise, you should keep your mobile phone switched off. Now, adductor palsy means adduction. Palsy means absent. Adduction absent. That was abduction absent. This adduction absent. Cause. Bilateral vagal palsy. I told you, if vagus is gone, everything is gone. It's a death. Bilateral vagal palsy is equal to SLN plus RLN palsy. I hope you remember SLN and RLN are branches of which nerve? Vagus nerve. SLN and RLN are branches of which nerve? Vagus nerve. SLN plus RLN palsy is equal to complete palsy. I told you it's the complete palsy. If vagus is gone, larynx is dead. It's the death of the larynx. Nothing is left. Put an arrow. No muscle left. No muscle left now. Oh, no muscle left now. It's complete palsy. It's the death of the larynx. No muscle left now.
No.
Now put an arrow. Vocal cords come in cadaveric position. Cadaveric means open position. Cadaveric means open position. Look at the screen, beta. Now they are always open. Like it's the death of the larynx. In death of the when the larynx dies, the cord open up. This is the death of the larynx. When no muscle is left, the cord will open up like this. Vocal cord come in cadaveric or open position. Now you tell me, beta. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. Can you breathe like this? Yes, absolutely, beta. Oxygen is going in the lungs easily. No problem. No problem. But can you speak like this? No. We speak with closed vocal cord. They are permanently open vocal cord. How can you speak properly, beta? How can you speak properly? No. So, patient will be having a lot of problem in speaking because air will leak now. Now the voice will not be like this. How are you? He will say, how are you? Not how are you? Because air is leaking now. The cord are permanently open. Now the air is leaking. Now the sound will be, how are you? How are you? You understand? Now this is a problem now. Now put an arrow. Put an arrow, beta. Write down chief complaint. Number one, aphonia. And number two, another problem, aspiration. Oh, aphonia, aspiration, beta. Cords are permanently open. There will be aspiration also, na? I told you, what is the primary function of larynx? Protection of the lungs, beta. Now cords are permanently open, beta. Please see on the screen. Please see on the screen. Cords are permanently open like this. You know, how can you speak properly? There will be air leak. How will you eat properly? Na? Because whatever you eat, some part of that will go to your lungs also. If you eat dosa, the sambar will get into your lungs and you will get sambar pneumonia. You know what? You'll be big problem. You know what? Your saliva will go into your lungs, sambar will go into your lungs, you'll get pneumonia. Okay? So, the patient will be having pneumonia. Because aspiration causes what? Pneumonia, na? But this patient will be having aphonia and aspiration. Aphonia and aspiration. Am I clear, beta? Fine. Fine, beta. So, in this case, the situation is reversed, beta. Cords are permanently open. Open. So, with open cord, you can breathe, but you cannot speak, but you cannot eat properly. There will be aphonia, there will be aspiration. Okay? But it's not that serious a problem. Now, treatment. Treatment is surgery called type 1 tharoplasty. Type 1 tharoplasty is equal to medialization of vocal cord. Medialization of vocal cord. Medialization. Look at your notes, beta, above. Look at your notes above and tell me, beta, what is type 2 theraplasty? What is type 2 theraplasty, beta? What is type 2 theraplasty? It is what? It is, yes, it is lateralization. What should be type 1 theraplasty, beta? What should be type 1 theraplasty? Type 1 will be reverse of that, beta. It will be, type 1 will be medialization. Medialization. Okay? Am I clear, beta? Okay? Type 2 was lateralization, na? Type 1 is medialization. Okay? Other treatment. Other treatment is Teflon injection in vocal cord. TFLON, Teflon injection in vocal cord. TFLON, Teflon injection in vocal cord. Other treatment is Teflon injection in vocal cord. What will happen, beta? Look at the screen, beta. If you inject Teflon in this vocal cord, what will happen? There will be some swelling of the vocal cord. Okay? And that way it will go into the middle. Teflon is a material which is never absorbed in the body. It will be permanently there. Beta. So it will push one vocal cord towards the middle. Teflon injection in vocal cord. Did you notice one thing, beta? Type this one, this palsy. Bilateral adductor palsy is the reverse of the bilateral abductor palsy. Now look at screen, everyone. Look at me, everyone. Please see. Now this palsy, the first one was bilateral abductor palsy. This was the bilateral abductor palsy. Now we are doing this one, beta. This one we have done bilateral abductor palsy. This one we are doing now bilateral adductor palsy. Adductor means adduction absent. Cord is permanently open like this. This happens when vagus is gone. When vagus is gone, SLN is also gone, RLN is also gone. It's also called complete palsy. No muscle is left, larynx is dead. The vocal cord come in cadaveric position. Cadaveric means death. And cadaveric position is open position. Now you tell me, cord are like open forever. Can you breathe like this? Yes. But can you speak like this? No. Now voice will be very bad. Now you can't say, how are you? You'll be like, how are you? Normal voice, how are you? Now here air leak is happening. How are you? Why did you come yesterday? Okay, like that. And aspiration. If you eat anything, the food particle get into lungs and you'll have a pneumonia problem. But it's not a big problem. The treatment is type 1 theraplasty. There it was type 2 theraplasty. Type 2 was lateralization. Now it is medialization. You have to push one vocal cord to the midline. Type 1 is medialization of vocal cord. And other treatment is Teflon injection in the vocal cord. Am I clear? So we have done two situations. First we said if RLN is damaged, what will happen? Then we said if RLN, SLN both are damaged, what will happen? So first was this problem. Second was this problem. Now last thing. Write down. Third. Write down. Next topic. Write down. Draw a line, beta. Draw a line. Draw a line. Write down. MCQ. If SLN is injured. If SLN is injured, beta, in thyroid surgery. But this is the MCQ possible in your paper. It has been asked once in MCI. This question. If SLN is injured in thyroid surgery. Okay. Put an arrow. Cricothyroid muscle cross. Cricothyroid muscle is crossed. Cricothyroid muscle is crossed. Okay. Now, put an arrow. It is main tensor of vocal cord. It is main tensor of vocal cord. It is main tensor of vocal cord. Remember, beta, cricothyroid is the main tensor of vocal cord. If you want to revise the table, beta, look at screen, beta, everybody look at screen. I hope you remember this table. We have one abductor, four adductor, two tensor. Look at the screen, beta. Now only SLN gone. Now cricothyroid is adductor and main tensor, beta, tensor. Okay, there are three more adductor left. No problem, reduction. There are four adductor, one gone, no problem. But what was the main tensor of the vocal cord? Was cricothyroid. And tensor means the cord will be tense. Now cord cannot be tense. They will look at my hand, beta. They will droop down like this. Okay. Now put an arrow. Put an arrow. It will lead to, write down, main tensor vocal cord. Put an arrow. Examination will show bowed down vocal cord. Something which is not tense will go down. Bowed down vocal cord. That's MCQ. Bowed down vocal cord. BOWED, bowed down vocal cord. BOWED, bowed down vocal cord. Okay, now. Put an arrow, chief complaint. What will happen to chief complaint? Chief complaint will be poor quality of voice. If tensor are gone, it's not a big problem. You remember tensor, what is the main role of tensor? What is the main role of tensor? Yes, quality of voice. But the main role of tensor, the quality of voice. So chief complaint is poor quality of voice. Chief complaint is poor quality of voice. Poor quality of voice. Let's revise once again, beta. If SLN is injured in thyroid surgery, which muscle will lose its function? Cricothyroid muscle will lose its function. And we remember cricothyroid is the main tensor of vocal cord. Once tensor are gone, there will be bowed down vocal cord. MCQ is bowed down or bowed down vocal cord is a feature of SLN palsy. If tensor is not there, something will be drooping down. It's called SLN, bowed down vocal cord. And what is symptom of the patient? Symptom of patient would be the poor quality of voice. Poor quality of voice. Poor quality of voice. Poor quality of voice. Okay. Now, everyone, look at me, beta. Look at me, everyone. Don't panic. Nothing will be. You will just revise 2 times tonight, and you'll remember it. Now, first thing we did was, if both R, L, N get damaged in thyroid surgery, we said that it will lead to bilateral abductor palsy. The cord will close, and patient have difficulty in breathing. So you need to do tracheostomy or type 2 thoroplasty. Then you said if both SLN and RLN are damaged, for example in vagal palsy, then cord will open up. Cadaveric position is open up. Depth of the larynx, cord will open up. Cadaveric position open up. So there will be problem in aspiration and aphonia. And you do type 1 thoroplasty. It is medialization of vocal. And lastly you did was that you have only SLN injury. If SLN is damaged, only one muscle will lose the function, which is the muscle, cricothyroid. And cricothyroid is the main tensor of vocal cord. When tensor is not there, then what will happen? The cord will droop down like this. And this is called bow down or bowed down vocal cord. Bow down. Okay, this is MCQ for MCI. Bowed down vocal cord is seen in SLN paralysis. And what is symptom of patient? Symptom of patient is the poor quality of voice. Okay, poor quality of voice. Now give me just 1-2 minutes to finish all this. Okay. Now first of all, my heartiest wishes for Eid, which is tomorrow. This was the holy month of Ramzan, and I hope everyone, we all are one people, I believe sincerely. And may God bless everyone. May God bless everyone. And may all of you have good times wherever you are. If you're alone in hostel, just, treat yourself well. Order something good for you. If you're at home, you're lucky. You spend time with your family. And may God bless you with success in the coming time. That's my heartfelt wish for all of you. And this is, I would say, that this is the real essence of, being together. That we should really have this, internal passion that if somebody else succeeds, we should also feel succeeded actually. That's how we all grow up. And may God bless us. This is a very, very holy month for all of us actually. And tomorrow is Eid. And my heartiest best wishes for all of you guys. And may God bless you to do the wonderful in your life. I will say one thing, that there is an email ID here, drajivdhawan@gmail.com, because I do not know at all who is hearing this actually. It is for me. Can you imagine? I'm talking to the laptop, but I'm not sure that who is talking to me, who is listening to me. I don't have any idea about that. I will just say, just scribble one small email on this email ID. Please note it down, drajivdhawan@gmail.com. Just tell me where you are right now, which city you are in, and are you with your family or you're studying alone, how you're doing and all that, how is your experience of classes going on and all that. Just share anything with me. I'll be happy to know by tomorrow that what is the group we are consisting of, okay? But I request all of you to just drop one email to me. And if you cannot drop an email, you can just drop the message in the chat box also. That's not a problem over there. But I think not everybody is not there in the chat box, but email is, you can definitely do that, okay? And before we finish, I just want to leave you with one of my, I would say, favorite songs, I would say, if I can play it for you. And thank you very much. So I hope you have a good time and we have the spirit. So thank you very much for this session which we had together, and this is spirit we should all we have to fight out. Be a fighter, beta. It's a tough time, Corona time, but we'll not come to it. We'll not really be in the pressure. We'll keep working every day. But the rule of the game is first forgive yourself for the time you wasted till now. That's very important. Every day is a beginning. We can make a lot of zeal, enthusiasm, and let's do our best to revise multiple number of times this data, and may God bless us. May everyone pass. Thank you very much. Good night. Eid Mubarak.